UX questions. Your user experience questions answered in 3 minutes or less.
Lavar from Landstuhl, Germany asks, what is a UX bootcamp? I love that question. Thanks for asking, Lavar. This is UX question number 6, and I'm Ben Judy. What is a UX bootcamp? Well, it's a training program that equips you with the foundational knowledge and skills to become a UX professional and get your first UX job. The training is usually centered around a custom curriculum, and most are entirely online, so you can learn from anywhere. A typical UX bootcamp will promise to take you from knowing nothing about UX to being fully ready for your first job in a pretty short time frame, usually between 3 months and a year. Students will usually participate in intensive project-based training and perhaps some direct mentoring from a more experienced UX professional. The cost can range quite a bit, anywhere from free to nearly $20,000. These UX bootcamps are a relatively new phenomenon. They certainly didn't exist when I started my design career around the turn of the millennium, but they've become wildly popular as a faster, cheaper, and more focused alternative to education when compared to, say, a 2 or 4 year degree from a traditional university or college. The number of boot camps has exploded, with dozens to choose from. Some of the more popular names include Springboard, Flatiron School, Career Foundry, General Assembly, and Design Lab. Full disclosure, I'm a mentor through Design Lab. Some big tech companies are getting in on the action. Google offers a UX design professional certificate that entails 6 months of self-paced part-time study. There are some criticisms of UX boot camps. Some say they overpromise and underdeliver in regard to actually landing a job. Some boot camps actually make a qualified guarantee that you will get a job after completing their course. Your mileage may vary. Another criticism is that the curriculum tends to focus more on user interface design skills rather than more comprehensive UX skills that are user-focused as opposed to product-focused. But I think that's because basic UI design skills are easier to teach, and it's what employers generally expect anyway at an entry level. I think these boot camps are a great option for career switchers. They can be a good option for younger people with little or no professional experience, but these boot camps will not teach you how to be a motivated professional or how to be a good employee. Mostly, I'm just jealous these things exist now because I came up the hard way. I was a self-taught designer, and I had to grind and build my network for a few years before I got a contracting gig as part of a larger UX team, where I finally began learning on the job from people who kindly showed me the ropes. Kids these days with their boot camps and their Bitcoin metaverse and their get off my lawn, you whippersnappers. Hey, it's Ben Judy, and thanks for joining me for another episode of UX Questions. If you want to submit a question, I would love to answer it. Just go to uxquestions.com, type in your question, and submit the form. You can also leave a comment on the latest episode on YouTube. I do read your comments. You can help spread the word about UX Questions by clicking the share, like, and subscribe buttons on any YouTube video, sharing links to the podcast with your friends, and by becoming a patron of UX Questions on Patreon. You can subscribe at the $1 per month, $5 per month, or $10 per month level with different benefits and rewards at each level of support. Just visit patreon.com/uxquestions for all the details. If I've learned one thing about user experience over the course of my career, it's that there's always something new to learn, some new question to be answered. So keep those questions coming in and keep checking UX Questions. Your UX questions answered in 3 minutes or less.